how to build your perfect practice that has the ability to run without you. Now, this topic is hopefully going to engage lots and lots and lots of you guys, especially if you're chiropractic business owners, to start thinking about your practice as a real business entity. I work with many practitioners. I work with clinics where they struggle with getting new patients, understanding what business looks like, how to build teams, how to hire, how to fire people. And this tool is something I wish I had when I was building my practice from 0 to $1 million a year, from building a team to 15, to then not being actually, the business not being relying on me to practice. And now we've finally achieved the place where I don't have to work in the business if I choose not to. Now, a lot of you listening might be absolutely the most passionate chiropractors in the world, and you never want to stop being a chiropractor and see patients, which is great. But it's nice to have the ability to make decisions about the business and grow it and scale it and help more people, rather than it feeling like you're stuck in this rat race and you can't escape it because you didn't have systems in place, you didn't have procedures in place, you didn't have the thing that we're going to talk about today, which is what is the organizational chart looking like and how do you even set one up? So I hope by the end of this video you have a lot more of understanding the intention behind building a successful practice. Hi guys, my name is Stefan. I'm the founder of Practice Peak, and we help chiropractic business owners here in the UK and all over the world to build true successful practices that can help lots of people, that can make you money, and you can have fun along the way so you can actually impact even more lives. So without further ado, let me show you what a typical organizational chart looks like for my practice. An organization chart is basically saying, how do I build a team and how do I put the right people in the right seat to make sure that I decentralize myself from the business? Meaning I'm not constantly relying on people coming to me and saying, hey Stefan, where do I order massage gel from? Or hey Stefan, how do I get the insurance provider to send you an invoice? And I don't know, I don't care. I've done this a long time ago. I've put the right people in place who are much better than me at managing the place and managing people, but it took 7 years. Technically it took 5 or 6, but the last year I've kind of really automated the business. And now my job is to just make the best decisions for the team, for clients, and for the business, so we can develop the right people, we can invest in our team, and we can just hopefully provide incredible amount of value for our clients. So if you've not watched any of my other videos, by the way, please go and watch how do we do that with the chiropractic side of stuff. So how do we systemize what a patient journey can look like so that every single chiropractor can produce awesome results, and how do we measure it? But today specifically, it's just business related. So this diagram is going to look very, very complicated when you first see it, but I'm going to try and simplify and digest what we're looking at. So let's say you're the director. Let's say you have, by the way, even if you just have no teams, this is important for you to start thinking in that way, start thinking in systems, so you can one day build a team and build a practice, because otherwise you are just developing a job for yourself within your clinic. And if you're on holiday, if touch wood something happens to your health, you don't have a business. There is no business. And that's a not very comfortable kind of statement to make, because a lot of you are not going to like me for saying that, but it's true. And I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to just say to you, look, this is what it takes to build an awesome business. So let's say you are the director, okay? You're here, all directors. There might be 2 of you, there might be 4 of you, there might be just 1 of you. Now, for us, we have a general or area manager who is in charge of, because obviously the organization I'm part of, we have 5 clinics now, and I'll show you how it works specifically for my clinic as well, but the area manager is in charge of the practice managers. So they would communicate directly with them. When you see a red line, this is me decentralizing myself from all the conversations that might take place in the bigger scale diagram. But don't freak out, I will explain how this works. So I'm the director. Underneath there, we have an area manager who is in charge of the practice managers. Now, the red line going from the area manager, for those of you who are not watching on YouTube, you might find it easier to watch this on YouTube, guys, because it's very visual, okay? So the relationship between me and the area manager is this. We have a big meeting with the practice managers, and then the area manager might send an email to myself and the other directors, or he might send a WhatsApp group to me and the other director to say, hey, we just had a chat with the practice managers. This is the training we did. This is what we're focusing on. This is where we're going. I'm like, great, cool. I physically didn't have to attend that particular meeting, but I know what happened, what the outcome was of the meeting, and what the focus point was from that meeting. Then let's say I'm just going to take this to my own practice. So my practice, we have a practice manager. The practice manager has a direct relationship with the area manager. She also has a direct relationship with me, the director, this red line here. So she might say to me, hey, Stefan, please check your email. I've sent you the report from last week. If you're watching this and you don't have reports that you run for your practice, such as number of new patients we saw, number of visits we had, number of reports we had, conversion rates, PVA, all membership cancellations, all of those statistics are so important for your business, for you to understand what decision to make and what is it that you need to focus on to actually build the business. Otherwise, I always have this saying, I can blindfold myself and I can be on M25 and I'm trying to cross it, and I might cross the busy M25 and not get hit because I blindfolded myself. But that doesn't mean that was the optimal way to cross the M25. Just because I didn't get hit doesn't mean it was the right way. Just because you don't measure your KPIs now doesn't mean you're actually making business educated decisions based on the data you have. So it's very important for your practice manager to have some sort of, or your CA, or your partner, or whoever is measuring your KPIs, but have KPIs, measure them, and the practice manager once a week, every Monday, sends me the direct report so I can look at it and I can say, great, this is what the business did, this is what's a challenge, and now I know how to speak to the right person about the right problem. Very, very important. Then the practice manager, underneath them we have CAs. We have 3 or 4 CAs. The CAs are in constant communication with the practice manager about who cancelled, who rescheduled, who left us a nice review, who's got a birthday coming up, how are the shifts working for the next few weeks. I don't have a clue how to start setting up the shift patterns for my CAs because I did it for the first 2-3 years of my business. Then we hired a practice manager, then we taught her how to do it, and I've just been so out of the game that I don't need to know how to solve all the problems. I just need to know how to make the right decisions. The practice manager is also in charge with, look, you can see here, all the subcontractors, like clinic cleaning, like when does the cleaner come in? I don't really know. How much do we pay them? I pay the cleaner, but again, I just get the invoice at the end of the month. Product distribution, where do we get the toilet paper from, the head roll, wax for the massage therapist, how do we change the shockwave therapy gun head? What, I don't know, like gardeners, window cleaners, these are just subcontractors that I've removed myself from these conversations. I'm buying back time so I can reinvest my, hopefully, thinking skills to make the right decisions for the business. Not necessarily to be talking to the gardeners about, oh, can you please weed this side of the clinic? The practice manager might say to me, hey, Stefan, I'm thinking of firing the gardeners because they've not been good, and I might have a suggestion, but I'm not talking to the gardeners directly about how good they're doing or not. Same thing with the CAs, same thing as the chiropractors. The chiropractors will have some sort of communication with the practice manager. Usually it's weekly meetings about statistics or any challenges or anything they want to work on. I tend to directly work with the chiropractors, to be fair, because I think that is one of the best investments we can do for the practice, to make sure that the skills are good, the communication skills are good, their practice skills are good, make sure they've got enough CPD, sending them the right courses, investing in them. That's important. But I'm not necessarily talking to them every single day about performance, because I get that every single week from the manager and I know overall how they're doing. Then the chiropractors, again, talk to the massage therapists about cases. They talk to the rehab guys about cases. So they've got their like little mini culture within the organization that works completely without me being involved, if I choose not to be. And this may seem like a very crazy, complicated diagram, but if you're watching this on YouTube, please, please, please sit down today for half an hour and just think, how structured or unstructured is my business currently? How can I make sure that the organization can run with or without me? And put it to the stress test, hypothetically speaking. If I was to be put on this remote island with no phone and no Wi-Fi for 6 months, and I come back, what would my business, what would my practice look like? For me, maybe we're going to have some challenges with hiring the right people, because I'm still in charge of hiring the chiropractors and mentoring them to begin with. But generally speaking, the business will survive and it will probably do well. Ask yourself the same question and actually figure out, if it's going to be a complete mess, or if I cannot even take a week off, what are the things that need to happen in order for you to then start building some organizational charts and some sort of organization where, for what it is, it really can survive without you. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I know this is one of those videos where it can blow your mind, or you can just carry on your week as normal and like nothing changes. And, you know, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Or you can say, hey, Stefan, can you just help me with this stuff? I can jump on a quick call with you and I can show you how we work. I can show you how I work with private clients. I can show you how we work with the team that we're building of chiropractic business owners who are crushing it here in the UK. And I'm very excited to be building the community, but also to actually solve real problems for business owners. Chiropractors really struggle to talk about business because we're so engraved in the belief that it's patients. We have to help them. We have to, but actually you cannot help many people if you don't have a business that is structured well, and you don't really have a business if you don't know how to hire, how to keep people, how to incentivize people, how to build structure and systems and so on. And that's something that I would like to think that I'm pretty good at. So guys, this is not a pitch. This is genuinely speaking. If someone wants to help, we can help on the call. If I can help you, great. If I can't, then at least you'll learn something from me, and if we might not be a good fit. But thank you for watching, and see you next time.